You are looking right now at an adorable little rabbit doing what I can't, getting all the chicks, but we really have an actual rabbit here on Wild Labs coming up in just moments, and not just any rabbit, an adorable mini Rex. And here to tell us all about it will be Dr. Lisa, who you'll meet very shortly. She's one of the foremost vets around, and you're going to meet this adorable rabbit. Have questions? Let us know what they are, because Wild Labs is about to start in a little bit. But enjoy this adorable bunny right now with these chicks. All right, so here we are, guys. Like I said, we have a mini Rex here on set. Dr. Lisa's going to be here as well to tell us all about it. Let's get wild! I promised I'd deliver. Dr. Lisa Lippman here from Off Leash Veterinary Care.
Yeah.
And Butters is here, our mini Rex rabbit. Butters, the camera's that way, buddy. Take a look.
Butters, can we get you to turn around this way?
He's like me. He looks wherever the food is. There is our adorable little guy. Well, Dr. Lisa, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Welcome to Wild Lives. This is the show where we talk about animals, bring in wildlife animals for you once a week here on Little Things. If you guys got questions, we're going to be talking about Butters here, what it's like having rabbits as pets, especially mini Rexes, what they're like, how they differ, how they're similar to rabbits you may have come across yourself. So if you got questions, if you have comments, let us know. And the person who will be reading those is producer Roxy. Hello, Roxy.
Hey guys, send us your comments.
Yes, so please do let us know where you're watching from. If you have rabbits yourselves, especially if you have a mini Rex or a standard Rex, we'd love to hear your stories. But Dr. Lisa, you are here to tell us all about this guy.
Butters.
So first question, mini Rex. I said that a couple times already, right?
Yeah.
What is a mini Rex rabbit? How are they different from regular Rexes, from other rabbits? What does this mean?
Yeah, so Butters is a mini Rex. He's 6 years old. So
I can pet him?
You
That's
can,
cool.
You can pet him. He's a really calm, social rabbit, as Rexes are. So there's mini Rexes, like you mentioned, and there's standard Rexes. So a Rex is one of the 49 different breeds of rabbits.
49 breeds
There's
of
about
rabbits?
49 different breeds of rabbits, and
Didn't know that.
as far as the Rexes go, they come in all different colors, all different varieties, all different patterns. So yeah, so there's minis and there's standards.
How many are we talking here? Can you put in a ballpark number on how many different looks a Rex might have
There's
for
a
a color,
lot.
that kind of
There's
stuff?
a lot. Yeah, a lot, I'd say. Probably more than I can count on one hand.
All right. So yeah, more than 5
And
at
math is
least.
hard.
This guy, weight, look-wise, height-wise, this is
Yeah.
a full-grown Rex, the mini Rex. He's 5 years old, right?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years old, and so he is a mini. We weighed him today for fun. We found out he's 5.6 pounds, which is maybe about standard for a mini. So they tend to be more like 3 to 5 pounds, whereas the standard Rexes tend to be more like 7 to 10 or 11 pounds even.
All right, so 3 to 5, he's 5.6, 5 and a half, so he's been eating
He's
well.
the bigger
Our
side of
mini
the
Rex Butters
yeah.
here.
He's
yeah.
very cared for. He's very healthy.
But yeah, so he looks, regardless, even if it's a little bit overweight, this is a healthy-looking mini Rex to you.
He's a healthy-looking mini Rex. His coat is great. He's fantastic. He's constantly eating. He's constantly pooping. That's actually really important for a rabbit. So, and let's see if he'll come. Brett, will you take this? Oh, what a good boy.
Oh, very nice. Look at those eyes, though. Give us some hearts, give us some likes if you're watching, and those eyes are just melting you, because for me on a Friday afternoon, there are much worse things I can do than be looking at an adorable face like that.
He's perfect.
Perfect. There you go. If you think he's perfect, let us know, too. You mentioned the pooping. Now, you and I, Dr. Lisa, were chatting a little bit before the show today, and I didn't realize how important poop is to the mini Rex and rabbits in general.
Poop is
so
everything.
They do it a lot, which is good.
Yes.
So how many times a day, if you're, because these are domestic animals, right?
Yeah.
So how many times is normal?
Well, so you can see he's been in the box for, we've been here maybe about 20 minutes now, and he's got a good number of normal-looking fecal pellets in there. It's really normal. So he's going to eat constantly.
Yeah, I'm counting right now at least like 10 little pellets here.
Yeah, he's going to eat. Here, look, here's a treat. He's going to eat constantly, and he's going to poop constantly. So, and rabbits will. So the fun fact is that rabbits will will eat their own fecal balls, and that's actually really important for them.
Rabbits eat their own poop
Yeah.
is the takeaway from this. I did not know that. I had no idea that rabbits eat their own poop.
They eat their own
now
poop.
I know.
But they eat like grass and hay, and so it's not like, it's
Not the only part of their diet.
Yeah,
to
it's
be
not
fair.
their only part of their diet, but it's really important not to discourage that behavior because it's really healthy for them to do that. They'll actually take like a second pass at their go-round to reabsorb those nutrients and minerals that are so important for them.
So explain that more, because that is something that took me by surprise. Because to me, I assume that when a rabbit poops, or any animal, that excrement is all the bad stuff the body's pushing out. But
Yeah.
you say there's actually nutritional value to that.
Right, there's definitely nutritional value, so anything that they don't absorb the first time, on that second go-round, it's like an extra reabsorbing process. It's like taking all the really good stuff and making sure it all really gets absorbed. So nothing goes to waste.
We have a question from Leona. She wants to know, how long do they live?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a great question. So the Rexes tend to live, on average, I would say probably about 10 years. And the mini Rexes, maybe 1 or 2 years longer, kind of like small breed dogs too. The smaller they are, potentially the longer that they can live. So.
What's the reason for that?
I think it comes down to probably really scientific metabolic, calculations and things like that, size to ratio, but in general, that's just the way it is. I think if we had a great answer for that, then we would know the secrets to life.
The fountain of youth, which we're all always looking for, right?
Right.
Now, what about the actual look? Because the fur is a little bit different, the Rex, than other animals, right? The way the fur grows, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is very short hair.
Yeah, so he's got very short hair. He does shed. It's a very velvety coat. The Rexes in particular are known for their velvety coats. I mean, I wish you guys could all touch him. I mean, it's just like...
I did it before, and I can't get enough. You would buy a pillow of this at the mall and go home and sleep on it. It is so plush.
But
and
hopefully not actually by a pillow.
Right, not a rabbit, but I didn't mean to imply that. Please, this guy's adorable. I never wish any harm on any mini Rex.
No, he's...
But if I would take him and cuddle him myself.
Yes, he's amazing. I would, use him as a pillow. He might let you, actually. He's so good. He's such a social animal like they are, and I think a lot of people are really surprised to know that. So it's really important and they do well in pairs. So usually if you pair them up with Mr. Butters might like a Mrs. Butters at some point.
Roxy, you'll have to see if anyone is offering a Mrs. Butters in the comments to maybe go on a date with Mr. Butters here.
Do you hear that? I think he's laying down. He's waiting for it.
He's the one playing hard to get. I'm going to lay here and you come find me, ladies. That's what Butters has to say.
Exactly. I mean, look how good he looks.
He's just so relaxed. I wish at any point in my life this past week I was as relaxed as Butters is right now. He is straight chilling.
He's relaxed.
So you mentioned social, very nice. Is that normal for mini Rexes, or is Butters here a very particularly well-behaved case?
Well, Butters is a particularly well-behaved case, but it is normal. They're social animals, and so I think that really begs the point that they're not animals that you can kind of leave in a cage or a crate. They need a lot of room to run around. You can often let them roam free. They can be litter box trained.
That's cool.
Yeah. So they do. He will chew on everything. I think Butters in particular. We've heard. Right, Butters? It's important to know that they're in a safe space and make sure that your house and your surroundings are rabbit-proof. So if you're not watching them, you may want to put them in like an enclosed large area. But the point is they're social. They can't just be left, in a cage all day long. You have to really interact with them or get them another rabbit.
We have a question about that from Tina. How do you introduce rabbits to one another? My 2 rabbits seem to be territorial. They make noises and freak out. They are both fixed.
Well, there's book clubs, right? Happy hours. Oh, not that kind of introduction. No, Dr. Lisa for the real answer.
Great. Yeah, that is a tough one, and so I would say, if Tina, you're having trouble with that, to definitely consult with your veterinarian and/or a trainer or a behaviorist, because it really is something that that can take a lot of time and patience, and something to be done slowly. So I would consult with experts in those fields about that.
And that's the thing, right? Obviously, you're a veterinarian yourself, but there are so many different animals that and every individual rabbit's going to be different. That your vet at home is going to know your animal better than we would.
Yeah, and so I think it's really important to have a vet that specializes, especially for rabbits. To find a vet that specializes in rabbits, they're so delicate, and I think that's also another difference between the standard and the mini that we were talking about. Because of their size difference, the minis can be even that much more delicate, and so it's so important to find a veterinarian that knows not only the type of animal that you have, but your own animal as well, so they can say, hey, Butters, you know, what you're doing looks normal or not normal.
Right, a little bit of history you've established with the animal, seeing it multiple times through checkups and stuff like that.
So it's always good.
You mentioned before a phrase I wanted to come back to, rabbit proofing. Now we know if you child proof a house, you know to put stuff in the electrical sockets or round or sharp corners to round them. If you're to rabbit proof a house, right? What does that mean?
So it means, so Butters will chew on everything. So anything left out, definitely, it's pretty much the same thing as child-proofing almost. Making sure anything he can chew on is safe and out of range, those electrical cords. And rabbits chew all the time. So even for rabbits, it's especially that much more important to make sure anything that he can chew, or making sure he has things to chew on all the time that are safe for him to chew on, and putting those things that are not safe for him to chew on away. Just making sure also that he can't get out, you know, that he's not going to be where unfriendly predators are not welcome.
Predators are bad. We don't want predators around Butters.
Predators are bad. Butters is he's a sensitive flower, so it's definitely, we have to keep him safe.
All right, so you mentioned, I think we know what's bad to chew on, right?
Yeah.
Video game cables, the aux cord for your stereo.
Right.
You mentioned good things, have those around. What are some good things that if you were to have a mini Rex, you'd want in your house to keep him occupied?
So he's got his hay here, which is important that he's always got. He also had a toy in here before, a ball
some of that hay
made of something like this, right? So it's important that they're constantly chewing on this, and they make chew toys specifically for rabbits to have. So you can buy them at the pet store. You can find them pretty easily, and just want to make sure that they're always available, that he's always chewing, always eating.
Leona wants to know, what grooming needs do they have?
They have very little grooming needs, actually. Their velvety coats take care of themselves, like amazingly well. You know, they do shed, so that's something to be aware of. But otherwise, he keeps his coat nice and velvety by just being him. It's pretty cool.
Again, we're here with Dr. Lisa Lippman from Off Leash Veterinary Care. And if you guys have questions about our mini Rex rabbits, make sure to send them our way. We have Butters, who's here. He's a 5.5, 6-year-old little rabbit. And we have Dr. Lisa, who's been able to answer so many of our awesome questions. So if you have some, keep them coming, because we have the expert here with us. And before we let her go,
we have a question from
perfect, right on time.
A baby rabbit, do they sleep during the day? As I'm told, my granddaughter got this baby rabbit for her birthday.
Baby rabbits definitely will sleep. Any baby sleeps, you know, probably a little bit more on average than the adult rabbits, but they will sleep, yeah.
How much shedding and sleeping, the two S's, right? Animals, home animals are kind of
They seem to always be in motion, right? They're constantly going, but they definitely will sleep. They're prey animals, so, you know, that's another thing. Like Butters relaxing here in front of us is a really good sign that he's relaxed. He's a really social rabbit. He's comfortable. He's healthy. And the shedding you can see certainly at more times than others. If they're stressed, if they're unhealthy, if it's warm. Rabbits are also very temperature sensitive, so that's really important to know. They can overheat very quickly, and so they have a range of temperature from about 45 to 80 degrees where they really need to be kept. So it's important to keep them comfortable in that way as well.
So in your home, keep it a little bit cooler if you're keeping a mini Rex?
Just any, but I mean, I think a temperature that would be comfortable for you is mostly comfortable for them, but definitely not warm. I mean, I like to be really warm, so maybe not with me, but yeah.
How much do they sleep? Can you ballpark it? Is it a couple of minutes every hour? Is it long naps?
That's a tough one. You'll have to catch them. I think it depends on how comfortable they are exactly. You know, he's not probably going to go to sleep with us here.
He's been awake here the whole time.
Yeah,
he's been a very good guest.
But he's laying down now. He's chilling. He's relaxing. So I don't know if we could get him to fall asleep.
It's only a matter of time before nap time for Butters here.
We'd have to, yeah.
So that's the big thing when we have these type of animals on the show, is their suitability as pets. And we've already talked about this a lot. Who is this animal good for? Like, what's an ideal person or family or group that would really suit a mini Rex for having as a pet?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I think, rabbits are really cute, and we get swept up in that really easily, especially come, Easter time or the holidays. Good families tend to be, usually with older children, again, they're really sensitive. It's also really important the way you hold a rabbit. So if you don't hold a rabbit properly, they can kick out really strongly. They're very strong with those back legs and really hurt their backs or even break their backs. So it's really important that you have children who are patient with them, who know how to hold them correctly, and a family who will be social with them and give them the time and the care that they need. So they are a lot of work.
Can you demonstrate how to hold it properly,
Sure.
or do we not want to bother
No, we
Butters
can do that.
here? Yeah, just to show the people what exactly it is that you mean.
So it's
here.
really important before I even pick him up to know, to basically there's a few ways to hold a rabbit, but you want to support them underneath. You want to support their hind legs so that they can't kick out like that.
Smart.
And just make sure that he's comfortable. Hi, handsome. Can I have you? You're a good boy. So he's a really relaxed rabbit. So you just want to make sure. So I have him here by his hind legs. I almost kind of have him here too, around his neck, just gently. So he's just chilling. He's just relaxing, and I have everything here supported, so he can't.
It's kind of like holding a football, right? They tell you that with the baby almost. You want to cradle it sort of in your forearm.
Yeah, it's kind of like holding a football. You a good boy. You're the best boy.
Now, this I noticed too, because if you look here, his ears are straight back, where before they've been up, they've been sideways. Does that tell you anything?
I mean, yeah, I think he may rather be, he was chilling in his box. He's super happy, but he's really relaxed too. He's not struggling. He's not kicking. He's not digging. He's being a really good boy.
Man, and giving me those eyes. Yeah, he's enjoying being here, I think.
I know. I love you. You're a good boy. I'm going to put you back just in case you want to poop like we talked about.
Yeah, because that you want to do in there and not on Dr. Lisa's lovely, nice, white, pristine lab coat. What about stuff, we've talked about the type of food to have at home or things to chew on, how to hold them, rabbit-proofing the house. But in terms of actual facilities, I mean, you say you don't want to keep this mini Rex in a cage. So what kind of stuff, if you're getting a mini Rex, would you want or need around the house to house it?
Yeah, so again, I think like one of the wire enclosed crates that, and he may think
He's
about
looking
something.
to jump. Yeah. I'm here to catch him just in case he escapes.
Like a wire enclosed crate, they definitely need a lot of room. They can be litter box trained, so you can let them run around your house if you've rabbit proofed, if you have other animals that are comfortable with them. And yeah, about their diets too, I think Timothy hay is really the staple of their diet, much less so vegetables and fruits.
But I thought all rabbits ate was carrots all the time, right? That's what Bugs Bunny taught me as a kid.
Yeah, like Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny probably had some diarrhea, unfortunately. So
Bugs Bunny had diarrhea.
Carrots are really high in sugar, and so these guys can be really sensitive to sugar, and their diet is really important. Their diet is probably one of the most important things to know about having rabbits. So they should always be eating. Timothy hay should really be the staple of their diet. Less so things like alfalfa, fruits in small portions, vegetables in smaller portions, because they are prone to things like GI stasis, where
what is that? That does not sound good.
Sounds scary. It's not good. It can be really serious for them. Oh, you're so cute. He's so cute. That was normal.
He knew once Butters' cam was on him. He turned around, gave a little close up and a little scratch.
It never gets old.
He's
I'll
a
tell
star.
you.
He knows what he's doing.
It never gets old.
So GI stasis, scary stuff.
Yeah, that is scary stuff. And so what happens is their intestines can actually slow down. They can have a bacterial overgrowth. They can have bloating. So you want to watch for that at home. If they're not pooping, that's a sign. If they're not eating, that's a sign. If they have a hunched posture or they look uncomfortable, that's a sign you want to get them to your vet for sure. So all of that, or malformed or strange looking poop, that also can be a sign of GI stasis. So, and GI stasis is certainly affected by diet, by stress, And another important thing also that can cause it is malocclusion of their teeth. So
that's a fancy word. You just threw around $1 million word there that I'm not sure what it means. So please explain.
It's a fun fact that I think we were talking about, that their teeth constantly grow. So their
right,
teeth,
yeah. So yeah, rabbits' teeth they never stop growing.
They don't stop growing. So if they don't, so that's important that they have a high fiber diet, not only to prevent GI stasis, but also to help wear down their teeth that are constantly growing. And so occasionally they should have their teeth checked, and every once in a while, if their teeth constantly grow and they become malaligned, then that's called a malocclusion. So bad stuff. It can cause GI stasis.
Malocclusion. Rox, what do we got?
Cheryl has a question. Says, my daughter's bunny is starting to bite if we try to clean her cage while she's in it. Are they protective of their homes? She's almost 1 year old.
So certainly there's definitely something going on there, with the biting behavior. So they can be protective, they can be scared. There's a lot of different reasons that might happen, and so it's always good. So sometimes pain can happen. Always, getting your bunny checked out by a veterinarian just to make sure it's not something medical first, and then addressing the behavioral concerns afterwards. So.
Well, thank you for that question,
yes,
Cheryl. Yeah,
thank you.
While we have her, make sure to take advantage of Dr. Lisa here. In terms of ease and costs, and because you mentioned these problems, are they rare? Are they frequent? If you were to have a mini Rex as a pet, is that a quote unquote easy pet, or how much effort are you putting into this here?
Yeah, it's a great question. So they're certainly not by any means low maintenance pets. People think, again, they're cute, you can put them in a cage or walk away from them. You really can't. The cost is definitely specific to where you live and what happens. You always, you need to have money for a living space, to make their safe space, for the water bowl that he has, for his food, his treats, the constant chew toys, and then of course for a rainy day, for any medical emergencies or anything else like that. So, and then also spaying or neutering your rabbit, which is really important. So you'll want to do that right off the bat, and then have some money tucked away for a rainy day or medical emergency.
One of the viewers wants to know, is it true only white rabbits have red eyes?
So those would be albino rabbits. So if they are an albino rabbit, then they will have red eyes. So the albinos do.
Yeah, but Butters has these deep chocolate milky browns. Look at those, getting in nice and close. They will melt you. Let's talk more about fun stuff with these mini Rexes, because you said they are social. You can actually take them out to like parks and things like that, right?
So I believe Butters does go. He's been to a few parks or two. Certainly you need to know your rabbit, make sure that the surroundings are safe. They are prey animals, so some of them would be really, really nervous to go out, and you never know what kind of predator is going to be around that may cause, but Butters definitely has been. He's been outside, and because look at him, he's chilling.
He just loves being out here and hanging with us, so I imagine that out in a park, if he sees other people, he'll be fine, right? He should be okay.
Yeah, he should be okay. So as long as he's watched and we know the environment that he's in, he's good to go anywhere. Just
look
like
at that,
in the
on
studio.
the belly,
He's
just
fantastic.
starfishing here in his nice little pad. Tricks. I hear that potentially you can train rabbits, not to do tricks, but to, like you said, litter training or other type of stuff. You can actually do that with rabbits?
You can do it with rabbits. They're really smart. They are also pretty clean. They like to use their litter box. They will, I'm not sure, Butters, do you know your name?
Butters.
He might be distracted,
yeah,
but
he looks so zen right now that I feel like he's not getting distracted by anything.
Yeah, and I love this. I love how he looks, just so relaxed with us here. He's a really, really special rabbit. But so, yeah, they're really smart, and so you definitely can train them to do certain things. Yeah.
Now, the Mini Rex is kind of a new-ish breed, right? Like, rabbits have been around forever, but this is less than 100 years old or so, just the Rex rabbit in general, right?
Yeah, so as far as the Rex breeds go, I I believe they started in Paris. They were bred originally for their coats, and then that's not so common anymore. But now they're such great companions to have that we'll continue to breed them and keep them. And you're gonna drink from your water bowl. It's so cute. Never gets old.
Yeah, he's thirsty. He's been chewing up all this hay and all these pellets.
He's
and
gonna
you gotta
constantly
wash it down.
chew. It's perfect. Oh, and he's gonna clean himself.
Yeah, so what's he doing right there? I don't know if you guys could see that, but he's basically taking a drink, and then you see his front two legs kind of going right for his mouth. So what's that?
So he's preening himself. He's helping out him. He just took a drink, maybe got some water on his face, and that's gonna help. He's gonna clean and groom and drink and do all of his normal behaviors here, which is so great to see when everybody can see he's comfortable with us. He's going to perform his normal behaviors.
He is. You guys can't really see his face right now, but he is basically mouth deep in this water. He is loving it. He is gulping it down.
He's so cute. We can give him another treat and see. Do you want a treat? You love these treats. I had opened these up before, and he had just come running. This is like a half of a treat.
Yeah. So again, tell us what you're feeding Butters right now.
So these are veggie sticks. These are like we talked about. So these are beets, carrots, and alfalfa. They are.
Sounds very nutritious.
It's nutritious, but at the same time, again, this is the stuff he has to have minimal of, not a lot of. So this is special because he's being such a good boy here. These are his regular pellets, which are mostly Timothy hay, which are really important again for his diet to be mostly based on. And I think he hears me here.
Once Dr. Lisa said treats, Butters turned right around and gave her.
And you can see he'll take this right
the lockdown stare
from my hand here. That's my finger. Okay, good boy.
Can I give it a try? You're having all the fun here.
Keep your hand it to him or keep your hand flat, like when you feed a pony, so he can't take a chomp out of your.
Oh, we don't want me to lose a finger. Oh wow! Look at that. It was so smooth. He just kind of glided it right out of my hand like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, it was a very gentle take. You're a good boy.
He is a good boy.
Love him.
Now, something we were talking about before we came on the air, which I found very interesting, is that there are actually some places now where you can't buy mini Rexes in pet shops anymore.
Right.
Explain to me why that is, and how can you actually get a mini Rex the right way?
Or any rabbit, actually, for that matter. So there are a lot of places throughout the country now that are either banning the sale of rabbits in pet shops or thinking about banning them. And that's because there is a major overpopulation of rabbits right now. And there are people, unfortunately, who would, they look like cute gifts, again, but we've talked about that they're not low-maintenance pets. They're very social animals. It's really important to have them in the right environment. And so people get this cute, cuddly animal and then realize that they're at work and then give them up. So, the sale of them has been banned in a lot of pet shops. I would really encourage people thinking about getting a rabbit.
He wants more treats. He's coming back to where the treats keep coming from.
Cutie. So I would really encourage people to rescue your local, shelter, or there are rabbit-specific rescues to go to and see. It's a very, very popular way. There are certainly breeders as well of rabbits, but there are so many in rescues now.
Yeah, so do the rabbits a solid and do yourselves a solid in going for a rescue.
Rescue a rabbit, yeah.
All right, Dr. Lisa Lippman here from Off Leash Veterinary Care. We've only got you for a couple more minutes, so if any more questions that you guys have are out there, send them our way. Roxy, hit us up.
Another one from Leona. What type of toys are okay?
So, let's see, do we have any of your toys here? So toys that
There's
they can...
a ball in the log.
We did have this ball.
Inside the log here? Is this
made of something, that was made of something that he can chew on. So basically any toys that they can chew on, if you go to your local pet store, they're certainly going to be really helpful with you there to let you know, what's helpful. Hey buddy, that's your toy. And so he likes to chew on that, and that's okay. And so, if you go to your local pet store, I'd say they'd be able to help you for sure. But things that are non-toxic to rabbits, things that they can chew on, they're always going to want to chew on things and put things in their mouth. But things that they won't ingest, and that, to cause like a blockage or GI stasis, like we talked about.
Yeah, all those fancy, scary sounding words that you came in dropping in here today. We want to avoid all those.
All those.
Now, one more question I have. We've talked about their suitability as pets, and they are very suitable. Their social aspects, they're very social. What if you have multiple kinds of animals? You already have a dog or a cat or birds. How does a mini Rex fit into that ecosystem.
Yeah, they definitely can fit in. I mean, always introducing pets young, or if they've been introduced before, you have to really know your animals and introduce them very, very slowly and make sure that they're all safe and surrounded. But they certainly can coexist together if you raise them, if you raise them around each other, or you have a very calm animal who won't mind a prey animal like
yeah, so maybe if you already have an adult dog that you've had for a while, maybe not the best idea to introduce a mini Rex.
Exactly, unless you know that your dog's been around rabbits before or things like that. But it's really important to do with the right direction, because these guys again are so sensitive, and anything can happen very, very quickly. So we want to make sure they're always protected and safe and comfortable, and so that they stay as handsome as ever.
Just so great, Buttershaw. All right, so we're wrapping up here, but just to quickly recap, give us, I guess, the 3 best tips that if you came in late, if you were watching us here on Facebook Live a little bit late, if you want a mini Rex rabbit, or what's the most fun facts about them, give us kind of your biggest takeaways from this last few minutes we've had here with Butters.
I'd say the most important facts about having a rabbit would be diet, so making sure that their diet is mostly Timothy hay, that they're constantly eating, constantly chewing, constantly producing poop.
We learned if you joined us late, poop is extremely important for the mini
And
Rex
if they
rabbit.
eat their poop, do not stop them from this behavior. It's a really important, normal, natural behavior for them. There's lots of rabbits out there, so if you're looking for a rabbit, certainly adopting one from your shelter or from a rabbit society is a great way to get a rabbit. That they're very social animals, and they will make great pets in the right home. So.
And I want to pet it one more time. I think, can we do that? Can we do that?
He's all up for it. He's the best.
Just the softest fur you.
I mean, it really is like velvet.
Felt.
It's like
really
velvet.
Is.
Right?
That's the closest thing I can describe it to. Yeah, and if I had one of these, maybe now after meeting Butterscream, I may be convinced to get one myself. I would stroke it all day. The rabbit. That's what I would do.
I'll go find one with you.
Yeah.
We can pick a healthy one out together.
Please do. All right. Well, Butters, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. You were an absolute star of a guest. And Dr. Lisa Lippman, you weren't too bad yourself either. So thank you so much for coming by today. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks, Roxy, for hitting us up with the comments. And again, check us out. We're here every Friday, Wild Lives, with new animals for you on Little Things at 1 o'clock Eastern. For Dr. Lisa and for Butters, my name is Mike. We'll see you next time. Bye.